Sorry if you guys can't see me, but it's more about what I have to say than actually seeing me say it. So, what I'm going to say may be a quick turnaround about arming school teachers or school resource officers, which I'm for because jewelry stores and banks and hospitals have armed security, and that doesn't make the patients or the patrons or the tellers feel like they're prisoners. It makes them feel safe, and it does make them safe. What I'm going to say about school resource officers or armed teachers is going to be a quick turnaround about how it may make some students feel like they're in a prison. Here it is. Students that feel like they're in a prison because teachers and resource officers are armed have to be the bullies. And I just dawned on me a couple years after the fact with Parkland is that the only people who would feel like they're in a prison would be people like Emma Gonzalez and David Hogg, the bullies of Parkland. And the only people who would feel like they're in a prison are the bullies and the abusers in the school system. Emma Gonzalez, in one of her, uh, morale boosting bullshit speeches about enough is enough or we call BS or whatever it was. It was like she called Cruz, Nicholas Cruz, the shooter, a little off, and that you wouldn't be surprised if he was bullied. She basically just admitted that this kid was bullied and that she knew about it. And that she was okay with him getting bullied because he was off. Now, I have no doubt that she's against arming teachers because it would make the school look like a prison. I wonder why she would think that, because it would actually have to set in some self-control and restraint, something that I'm sure a lot of people in this day and age, millennials and Generation Z kids, haven't learned. Make them feel like they're in a prison. So don't get me wrong, I've done some messed up things in my time, and some messed up things happened to me, and I was monitored, and I was watched after. I wasn't allowed to hang out with my friends for a while, but that was because people thought I was going to shoot up a school, not because I was a bully. And there were school resource officers and local police officers at the school I was going to hanging out in the front office a few meters from where I was sitting doing my schoolwork. I didn't feel like it was a prison. I felt like it was necessary. In Arizona, I'm sure there are some teachers that do carry a firearm or have a false bottom in their desk where their gun is. I'm pretty sure people who are clever enough to hide a firearm on them or around them are going to do so in a manner that they believe will be the safest. Maybe they have a bag. I mean, most people I went to school with had a bag of some kind, whether it was a backpack, whether it was a handbag, whether it was a purse, whether it was some sort of satchel. A lot of people had a bag, all right? They had something to carry their stuff in. And for me, if I was going to carry a firearm, another thing of that stuff that I would like to carry would be a firearm. It could be a handgun, it could be a pistol, like a pistol, like those AR pistols, those AK pistols, or any of those HK PTR pistols or anything like that. Something bigger than a handgun, but still classified legally as a pistol. So my thinking is the only people who would be against armed security guards or armed resource officers or armed teachers are the bullies who would think that the school would seem like a prison because they're bullies and they know what they're doing is wrong. Because Emma Gonzalez basically just said that Nicholas Cruz, the shooter, was bullied and that she pretty much was bullying him or insinuated or unintentionally alleged that she did bully him because he was off because of some mental disability or hindrance of some kind. And that it just came to me that the only people that would consider school a prison if we armed teachers or put armed guards there who would think that it was a prison would be people who would end up in the penal system as a prisoner. That's something, isn't it?